Lokta is what?
Lokta is my favorite paper to use. Above any. Okay, this is natural Lokta. You can see it's just a natural color. It's not white, but it's just a kind of like an ivory off-white color. It's beautiful. It hides all your mistakes, so my students love it. And it's very, very nice and easy to work with. It also gives you two different, you can get that deckled edge look to it, more natural look, and then you can give it a more crisp look, so it's kind of a shocking, let's see if this has it. This has that crisp hard cut, so it gives it a shocking look to it as well. Lokta also has a lot of variety to it. This is kind of a medium weight cardstock weight. You can kind of see that. And it comes in different weights. This right here is the lightweight. The lightweight will show the book board underneath a little bit when you glue it on. And it's a little bit harder to work with because it is thinner. You can just see the difference right there. You can hear it. This is the heavyweight, which doesn't really jiggle very much, but it's got a lot of pulp in there, and it's really built up, and it's quite stiff. There's also an art paper, and it is heavier than this. This you can actually fold over and kind of mold really easily. The art paper, which is really heavyweight stuff, you can't even fold it over stuff. It's like two of these. It's just twice as thick as this stuff is. It's super thick. So I don't recommend getting that unless you're actually going to use it for painting or some type of art project that doesn't involve folding it over something. You can see if it's a lightweight, it won't have as much texture to it. The medium weight and then the heavyweight gets really texturized. Lokta comes in lots of different colors, and it goes really bright and really, you can get some very subtle colors. They're just really pretty. Like this, or the gray. And usually, one side will be lighter than the other. When they show them online, they'll show the top side like this, which is darker. And then usually the back side will be a little bit lighter. And same with this one. Here's the lighter side and the darker side. That one's a little bit more subtle, so you can't see it as easily. See, that one's quite bright compared to the other side. The other side's almost a black because it's so dark. This is the eggplant, which is very difficult to see online to see what it really is. It definitely has purple tones into it, but the dark side really is almost black. It's pretty dark. Lokta also comes in super bright colors. You can see the yellow right there and the bright purple. There's a lilac and a pink. They're all just, it comes in really bright colors too, which I love. And here's a gold and a silver. You can see those are both Lokta. This is I forgot the name of that one. This is the cranberry, that's what it is. This is the cranberry. These are prints that we've gotten from various places. Most of these prints are either from Hollanders or from DanielSmith.com. And you can see the variation in all of them. And they're very, very pretty. They're just beautiful, beautiful prints, especially when they get put onto books. They pop and they have a wow factor to them. Very elegant. Here's one that's on a book board, so you can kind of see. It actually has it's gold floral. That's really pretty. This one right here is the Tongan. It's called Tongan Sand, I think. And this one's a little bit different because it's quite thinner than the rest. You can kind of see on this one, see how thin this one is compared to this? This one almost looks like it's kind of oiled or something. It's just very, very thin. And it has more of and you can see right through it. Can you see all the prints underneath there? So when you put it on something, you will be able to see through that. Whereas most of these, like this, when you put it on a board, you won't see it. You won't see the board underneath that. You definitely will with this one, though. They also come in very natural prints. This is a carrot leaf, and this is clover. They kind of do the sun-dyed thing. Here's the clover and the carrot leaf. You kind of see on the back too, they're different because it's not, the print doesn't come through on that side. It's almost like a periwinkle. It's really very light. This side too, it just has that mottled look, and you kind of get it occasionally in it. You'll actually see it come through all the way, but it's not all the way through. This is Pinto. So you kind of see this is a different, I think this is the olive, and I'm not sure what that one's called. I think it's called chestnut, that's what it's called. It's really pretty, especially when you put it onto books, because you only get a little portion of it. So it kind of has an older look, or an older feel to it. And it's kind of a lighter weight, but it does glue nicely. This one's $4. So Lokta is actually kind of on the cheap end of papers, decorative papers for bookbinding. So this is Lokta, natural Lokta on a book, and it is that medium weight. It has an Italian paper that's glued on top of it. I often use the Italian paper and the natural Lokta or any other type of Lokta with the Italian paper. They just go really well together. This is another type of Lokta over the top of the natural, to kind of give you an idea of the texture of it. The reason I use Lokta on the cover of books too is because compared to machine-made papers, it wears a lot nicer. You'll get a lot of these fibers, if I can pull them away. It's kind of fibrous, but it's also way thicker. It'll protect the board more. If you get any dings or anything, you kind of just mush it over and it just forms back to it, and it's really nice. So that's why my students really love working with it too, is because it'll hide mistakes and you can kind of mush it and work with it. It also gives it a very handmade, molded feel to it. It's just very beautiful and easy to work with.